Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel RP's Logos. Today I'm going to show you how to make this symmetrical interlocked right angled triangle using Inkscape. See, these are right angled triangle and it's interlocked and it's symmetrical in shape. Okay, so first thing is open Inkscape and open the fill and stroke menu and align and distribute menu. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do is use this create rectangles and squares icon and press Ctrl and Shift and make a perfect square. Okay, now press Shift and click here to remove any strokes, and let me change the color of this to black. Okay, let me reduce the opacity to 50% and click on this lock icon and change this to pixels, and we'll change this to 250 pixels. Okay, now click here to enable this snap to cusp nodes. Click on this Bezier pen and click here until you see that handle. Click here once and click here and then complete this path and select this. Press Shift and select the black square or path difference. See, now we have got a right angled triangle here, and which is 250 by 250. Okay, now let me move it aside and let me draw another rectangle. It should be shaped somewhat like this. Okay, now let me select this and unlock this. We don't want the lock, and we'll change the width of this to 35 pixels. Okay, now change the color of this to red. Okay, now again right click, duplicate, and we'll give this maybe olive color. Okay, now right click, duplicate, and we'll move this. We'll give this yellow color. We'll need this later, so let me keep this aside. We'll just concentrate on these shapes right now. So we'll click this and shift and select this, and let me group it and remove this and shift. We'll select this, first shift and select this triangle and click here, align right edges. Sorry, I think I should have selected this. Okay, sorry for that. It should be last selected relative to. So we'll select this, shift and select this and align right edges. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. Now again we'll right click, duplicate, and we'll click this to find the rotational handles. Press Ctrl and move it to right 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 3 times. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. Only 3 times. Okay. Now this should be aligned. This left edge should be aligned to here. So for this you have to do this manually. So let me zoom in. You can use the arrow key, left arrow key. Zoom in a bit. Okay, now that looks fine. Let me zoom out. Okay, now next thing, right click, duplicate, and click here, rotate this. Now this time we'll have to ungroup this, and let me move this one here. We have to select this one and shift and select the triangle and click here, align bottom edges. Okay, now we'll select this and we'll snap it. Okay, now we'll click here, we'll ungroup this as well. Okay, we'll select this and we'll ungroup that. Okay, now next thing we have to do is we have to work out on this corners. Okay, see, this is the part which I am trying to work out. So first I'll try with this corner, and then I'll make this corner perfectly like the one here, and then I'll do this corner. Okay, so for this, first thing you have to do is click here, right click, duplicate, press shift and select the red one here, diagonal one. Okay, go to path, difference, path, break apart. Now press shift and click here to deselect this, and this remaining part will just delete. Okay, now this time select this diagonal red one, press Ctrl D to duplicate, press shift and select this red one, horizontal one, and go to path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and click here to deselect this, and we'll delete this remaining part. Okay, now again click here and right click, duplicate this, press shift and select this olive one. Okay, diagonal one, go to path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and select this part, deselect this, and we'll delete this part. Okay, now next thing we have to do is just move this until it snaps. But still we are not done, because if you see, there should be a cut here. So for this we'll use the Bezier pen. So click here and click here, see, until you see the handle. Now press Ctrl and move it until you see this angle should be 60 degree here. See, now click here and now release the control button and finish this path. Okay, now press shift and select this olive part, path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, so now this part is done. Now we'll concentrate here. Okay, for this, first thing what you have to do is select this red one. Okay, now press Ctrl D to duplicate this, and press shift and select the olive one here, this olive vertical one. Go to path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and click here to deselect this, and we'll delete the remaining part. Okay, now this time we'll select this diagonal olive part, press Ctrl D and press shift and select this red one. Okay, path, difference, path, break apart. Now press shift and deselect this part, and we'll delete the remaining part. Okay, now let me zoom out. It's time to use this part. Okay, so let me right click, duplicate, make a copy of this, and we'll place it here. Okay, until it snaps perfectly. Okay, now we are going to use this yellow one to delete these two. Okay, so we'll press Ctrl D to duplicate this. Now with this already selected, press shift and select anyone. Let me select the olive one first. Path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and deselect this, and we'll delete the remaining part. Okay, now select this, press shift and select this red one, go to path, difference, path, break apart. Press shift and deselect this one and we'll delete this one. Okay, and now again click here to Bezier pen and we'll zoom in. Click here until you see the handle. Press Ctrl and draw a straight line here. Click here and release the control. Now we'll finish this path. Okay, now select this. With this already selected, press shift and select the red one, this red one. Go to path, difference. Okay, so now this part is also done. So we'll select this triangle which we created initially and we'll delete it. We don't need this anymore. Okay, now we'll use this again. We will right click and duplicate and let me place it here. Okay, until it snaps perfectly. Okay, now this is just a reference, so we'll just press Ctrl D, duplicate it, and we'll place it here. Let me make this different color, blue, and now we'll duplicate this blue once again. Okay, now with this already selected, press shift and select the red one, this red one. Go to path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and deselect this and we'll delete this part. Okay, now select this blue one again, press shift and select this olive, path, difference, path, break apart. Press shift and select deselect this and we'll delete this part. Okay, now click this yellow and click here, rotate 90-degree clockwise and we'll place it here until it snaps perfectly. This is a reference again, so we'll select this, press Ctrl D and we'll place this one here until it snaps properly. We'll change the color of this again to blue and press Ctrl D to duplicate it, and with this already selected, press shift and select this red one, this red one. Go to path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, press shift and deselect this and we'll delete this part, and again we'll select this, press shift and select this olive one, path, difference, path, break apart. Okay, now press shift and deselect this and we'll delete this. Now we'll move it, we'll use this later. Now if you see, this is almost looking like this here. Our only thing is we'll select this one and we'll shift and select this horizontal red one and the diagonal red one. Go to path, union. Okay, now we'll select this olive and we'll select this olive here, shift and select this and go to path, union. Okay, we will not union the other two. Let me change the color of this to, let's say, maybe blue, and we'll select this one also and let me change the color to blue. Okay, now we'll select everything and we'll group it. Okay, now press Ctrl D to duplicate it and click here, flip selected object horizontally. Okay, now let me move it and we'll use this here, see, until it snaps. Okay, now place this until this also snaps here. See, this should be all in the same line. Okay, now we'll select this, press shift and select this and we'll group this one. Okay, don't select the yellow one. Okay, these two. Okay, now we'll select this one, we'll press Ctrl D and duplicate it and flip it vertically. Okay, now again we'll use this yellow one, we'll place it until it snaps here. We'll select this and we'll place it until it snaps here. Okay, now we don't need this, we'll remove this and we'll remove this yellow one, we don't need this. Okay, now let me zoom in. So we'll select everything and we'll ungroup it, click here some few times. Okay, now we'll select this red one and shift and select this red one. Okay, go to path union. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. Shift and select this red one, shift and select this red one, path union. Okay, now olive ones. Okay, shift and select this one and this one, path union, this one and this olive, path union. Okay, now blue ones. Okay, this one and this blue one, path union, this blue and this blue, path union. This blue and this blue, path union, and this blue and this blue, path union. Okay, now select everything and we'll increase the opacity to 100%. Okay, now if you see this, this looks again almost like here, like the one in this photo, and but the only problem is this part is okay. See, this goes above, and when it reaches here it goes below this, and here also it's okay, but the only problem is here, this part should go behind this part. Okay, let me show you how I will do this. Okay, click here, this Bezier curve, and snap to path intersection. Please enable this, and we'll click here until you'll see the handle, and we'll click here until you again see the handle. Click here, and finish this. Okay, now we'll make a fill, and press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Okay, press Shift and select this blue one here. Okay, with this already selected, now we have selected this and this. Go to path difference. Okay, now again select this piece and press Shift and select this red one. Okay, path difference. Okay, now we'll delete this. Now if you see, now we have made a cut here, so now this looks exactly like the one here. Now only thing remaining is we'll have to color it. So we'll make a palette here, change the color of this to red. Okay, press Ctrl D to duplicate, move it here, press Ctrl D, move it here. Okay, now we'll make this a lighter one, maybe like this. We'll make this dark one, maybe like this. Okay, now I make it this one a lighter one. So use the color picker and select this part, and we'll give light one. Okay, now select this blue one, color picker, and make it a light color. Okay, now this is already red, this is okay. I will select this and use the color picker, and we'll make this red. Okay, now select this olive, color picker, make it dark, and we'll select this, and color picker, we'll make it dark. Okay, now if you see, I have made this a bit lighter than the one here, so we'll do the same thing here. So we'll select this blue piece and temporarily give it a red color, and we'll make it much lighter than this part. Okay, now use the color picker, sorry, we'll select this and then use the color picker and click here. So we'll delete this, we don't need this. So we'll select everything and group it. So that's all, folks. Thanks for watching this video. In case you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.